Right. If you have been following and learning what I told us, you could say take note again. We said the best thing you could always do if you want to be participating, especially those of you, who are joining the private mentorship newly, and those of you who are joining Be With Me newly. I said if you want to trade future trading or even just spot, the first thing we said, you should have at least you should have assembled some tokens that are your primary coins, which should include at least steel on steel, the Solana as it were. So we talked about, we talked about Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink, Avas, okay, FTM, and some other related tokens. So those ones are just to buy and keep, okay? Now, this other things you need to do, including BNB, because we mentioned about tokens that are native tokens of a wallet. Example, we mentioned about Ethereum, you also have, ADA, you should have, BNB, you should have, PLS, that is a post-chain token you should have, right? Atom, Avas, BNB, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, you should have all of those tokens. Just buy and keep. Now, those of you who have not bought anything, so this list of these tokens, you can write them down. I still talked about it yesterday, Sunday in our market update. DYM, because it's still a narrative token anyway. It's not a kind of technically stuff we're going to say, okay, it's a token that will do well anyway, but you can't really vouch for it. So it can be a little more risky. So DYM, you should have, because it's still cheap, right? And so you still have DYM, right? DYM, that is Dimension, and you can buy it on any of those exchange, and you can find to go and keep it in your Kappa wallet, in this your Kappa wallet. And then ICP, all right, that is Internet Protocol, ICP, okay, ICP, all right, so you should have ICP, okay, then FTM, okay, we'll talk about FTM, that you should buy FTM and have, then ARB, so ARB you should have. So I'm referring to some of you just genuinely and you've not done something reasonable, right? Then you should have OP, Optimism, OP, Optimism. Then NEAR protocol, NEAR protocol. Okay? NEAR protocol, NEAR. So you should have NEAR protocol. So these tokens, so the other ones, of course, they are there. And I told you guys that the first you can do so. I haven't bought, I'm sure if you have bought since last week or you have been, post average it and all of that, you should know what perhaps you have done by now and all of that. So this is NEAR protocol. Then you should have, and all of that. So let's look at it on the, so let's look at it on daily time frame, right? So, okay. So you should have it. Okay. You're supposed to have it. Okay. So now the point is this. I haven't bought those tokens. We said, okay, retracement is bound to happen on them, and you just cost average and all of that. But outside that, I told you guys, outside that, very simple thing you can always do. You can find a way to swing some of those tokens in order to accumulate some of them, because you perhaps look like as if you come late. Okay. And that's on that note, I say, okay, create a kind of an account, especially on CoinW, and at the same time on MS Global, or if you use Bybit, Binance, and all of that. Okay, so you also keep trading some of those tokens. And I said, instead of wasting your energy and then trying to overlearn, over time you can learn. That was why I told us to use this tool, Extreme, right? Extreme Trend. So Extreme Trend, and I told you the settings. You keep your setting. You can you can take a picture of the way this mine. I've done this, so I was not supposed to be doing it. You can go and watch the video on how I set it up. And I said the oscillator indicator you can actually add maybe MACD, right? You can use MACD, or you can use MACD, or you can use what's this other indicator? RSI, okay? And then the whole interpretation is you want to buy low and sell high. So now, for those of you just come in, I gave a list of tokens that you can stay with them, buy low to sell high, making some USDT with them, even if it's not the future trading as it were. And these tokens were this guy, Bonk. Okay, we'll talk about Bonk. All right, so Bonk, that we said, can take Bonk. Number two, we talked about Popcat, that you can just be buying low, sell high of them because of the narrative and hype around them for a time being. Popcat, you can see Popcat is still pumping. I'm not sure you're too late. All right, so we'll talk about when. So you can see when we have to be a little bit careful for when, because although this is a lower time frame anyway. So, but when is getting to a point of resistance. So what you want to have for when now is that a shide that is getting rejected here, all right, and start going down, or it could break the resistance as it were, okay? So, but if you look at it on higher time frame, let's look at on 1 hour, you're going to see that, okay, where we were on when, this is when. So you can see that when still have, we went up so crazily before we came down. Let's look at 4 hours. So invariably, you are looking at up here for when. Okay. So invariably, you're looking at when all-time high at about 4.1. And so, but tentatively, where you look at, okay, when probably to want to come a pullback, as it were, the region is getting to pullback, or could break it and continue the journey eventually. So this is, so now, in other words, you are not actually doing all of this thing I'm doing here on some of those tokens. I say you can use either 5-minute time frame or 15-minute time frame. Maybe you want to be shorting, to buy low, sell high, and all of that. So if I go to 5-minute time frame right now, for instance, so you can select all of those tokens. So you can see going to 5-minute time frame, it seems we're getting closer to where markets want to react to reject, as it were, because you are scalping. So if you are scalping, you just want to take some impulse move, take profit, and all of that. So now, but if you are not a sniper entry person, right? So what you want to do is that you want to see this. So see, this was approaching the previous resistance, and you expect that the markets will react, getting there, and of course already reacting. So the next you could have now is that either when after this pullback, or continue down here. Let's go here. And so if when it's able to break that, you have another place as a point of support. Just understand those turning points. These are turning points where the market went to turn, get a turn, get a turn, and all of that. So these are turning points. And so you could have a kind of confluence here, become a support, and resistance, turn it to support here, and then bounce from there. So it's either the when you come down to 3.1 or come down to 3.0 and all of that. So, but in other words, you have not done anything here, but you have taken profit of the one you entered earlier. And then, so you could be doing that 5-minute or 15-minute. And even if it's spot, so let's take it's a spot you are doing. So if you want to do it on spot, you have to like increase your time to like 15-minute, better still. Or because, and if you are doing day trading of it anyway. So, but if you are not doing day trading of it, you just want to swing it, you have to just take it to like 1 hour. So 1 hour will be more preferable for you. So, but if you are done into kind of day trading, as it were, so you will have find a way of probably you bought low here, right? And you sold somewhere up there, maybe just targeting like so these are meme coins or this narrative token that's still coming up. For instance, you know, when they give you opportunity to buy because it's spot. So let's say you bought a here actually. So this is 12, almost about 20%. So you'll be targeting like 10 to 20% of those meme coin on your spot. So you have done 10%. So let's say you are using $100. I'm just using an example as low as $100 or $200 to swing it. So listen, if you want to swing some of those meme coin, you have it on. Just keep your money on your MXC. So on your MXC Global, so let's say you keep $500. Just dedicate $100 to any of them you want. So let's say you want to trade when Popcat, and then let's say when Popcat and let's say Bonk, when Popcat Bonk, or to diversify, not to be on only one chain. So it may be when and Popcat is actually not on the MXC, it's on another exchange. So let's say when and Bonk, right? Or when and WIF. So let's look at WIF. So let's say it's when and WIF. Okay, so fantastic. So let's say it's when and WIF. So you bought when and WIF, right? Just for swing or whatever, day trading on spots to buy low and sell high. So you have sold WIF, so you bought WIF from here, let's say here. That's about 14%. So I've done 10%. Unless when you see market is moving very, very violent, and you probably wait to see, to what extent can it go. If it still go more better, you want to wait so that you can maximize it. But if you are getting and it's taking a retracement or pulling back, you want to sell and look for another buying opportunity. And that's what you're doing. So let's say you'll be trading on when and WIF, and then Kimbo, and so Kimbo and so Kimbo, I think Kimbo is on BitMax now or something. So let's say Kimbo and Cock. Okay, so this one does not have so much data. That's why it says started in the chart. So Cock, COQ. All right, so this is Cock. Perhaps you have bought Cock, right? So let's use your, perhaps there's a crossover here. You bought Cock, and then, you've already seen that, okay, Cock is getting tired. You have sold. So let's look at it. So this is Cock. And then you bought Cock, let's say from here, Paraventure. Okay, so Cock, you didn't do much, 5% or so, and you have sold. So either is spot or future, whichever one. And then Cock is retracing. So if you are doing future, of course, you can short, and then now you'll have long, as it were. But so let's just, all things being equal, you are trading both the swing and then the future, if you have understanding for it. So, but every opportunity can actually produce fantastic result for you, as it were, right? So the same thing, even on the Solana and all the like. I think I long Solana this morning, and I think I did 60% and exit. So because I do not even have enough time to, right? So I begin to see a kind of, so it has been a very fantastic retracement, pullback, continuation. And so my target was that you could get to $195 to $196, So, and imagine if I bought at $174 for Solana, let's say yesterday, okay? Yesterday, bought at, so only buying from here to here is about 6%, and you use 10, that's 60%. And another one again, you bought, I think 179. I don't know why, I don't know where I saw it at 179. So, okay. So that's another 60%. Use 10x. If you have 5x, it's another 30%, and you are good to go. Okay. So just understand that this is not, you don't need to put yourself under so much pressure. Take it lightly, follow just obey simple instructions, set a rule for yourself. Okay, so you can invariably say that, okay, this guy got rejected here. Okay. So even though your indicator has not told you to sell, because you're still looking at that, it's still bullish, right? So, but you, perhaps you just want to have confirmation, or if you're a snapper entry trader, if you go to 5-minute time frame, you're going to find that, okay, so it's pulling down, right? So, but your indicator have not told you to sell and all of that. So anyway, over time, when you learn more, you can now know when to buy, and that's what DCA, you buy small, and then when it's confirmed, you add more position. That is stacking into your position. And so they're very important. Okay, then take note of the following coin. We call it reward asset tokens. There are many of them anyway, but so I know some of us who are private mentorship, we bought token fee before, token fee. All right, so you can take note of them. You find a way to get any of them, if it's just few dollars, depending on what you have. Token few. I think I have my own on Bybit, so token few. So reward asset token. So you can see it's still very cheap. 16 cents. Are you serious? I can't really recall how much I bought it on Bybit, something like that. So on Bybit, token few. Token few, let me see. Okay, it's been a while anyway. That was a long time I bought it. It's been a while. I think it was very, let me check. Yeah, token few. No, see? Token few, token few. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow, I actually bought token few at 3 cents. So at 3 cents was where it was bought. And that was, what date was this? Oh, that was on the 14th of November, 2023. So I bought it at 3 cents. Token fee was bought at 3 cents, right? So 3 cents times 5 should be 15 cents. So that's done 500% minimum. So there's already 16 cents or thereabout. So what I bought November 14th, 2020. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, this is interesting. So token field. To write it down, token field, Ondo PolyX, Ondo, bought Ondo sometime, but I didn't even remember to analyze it. Ondo, right? So, okay, Ondo now is still selling. Okay, for people who are scalping anyway. So it will just be a mere pullback. If you look at the general overview, if you go to 1 hour time frame of this token now, wow, okay, Ondo is actually pulling weight down. So that means, can you very well say Ondo? Let's take it here. Ondo. So maybe you just have to maybe exercise patient to see Ondo coming down here, right? So Ondo coming down to maybe 80 cents and all of that. Or you buy a little and then cost average eventually. Even though your indicator is telling you that just a pullback, not a reversal yet. So, but so probably you wait for Ondo to retrace down before buy Ondo. So they will have PolyX. PolyX. Okay. So PolyX2 had actually retraced and then returning back. Saw this token long time. So let's look at lower time frame, 15 minutes and all of that. Okay, PolyX. Scully retracing, not mistaken. So we'll just take note of them. PolyX. Then next is HIFI. 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 Okay. Oh, HIFI is now $1. So HIFI and True. That is True Fee. True. Can True to some Binance? Yeah. Okay. So all of this token like reward asset. So I talk about Ondo, PolyX, True, HIFI, and token fee. So some of us already have token fee, but if you don't have, you probably want to just find a way to get some them and just hold it. And let's see what happens. Okay, I hope this is so important that you can always do what I ask you to do, right? So pay attention. And some of those tokens we're buying low, sell high, opportunity coins, take advantage of them. Do as much research as obedient as you can. So I'm sure most of us have bought this MAU TA that somebody drew my attention to. And of course, you should have been in much profit by now. If you bought, so at the time we talked about, because I think it was down somewhere here, and later went to 1 something, so it should be in profit by now. So once it's able to cross this region now, then we go bigger and higher. And I told us another narrative tokens, environment are coins on Coinbase, right? Tokens on Coinbase. So if I go to base, you know, one of its kind, which is Toshi, right? So DGen, I think I bought some DGen sometime, right? So DGen, another one that's also risky is Benji. So Benji could be a good considered token if you retrace Benji. So look at Benji. So I'm afraid, so they may retrace so massively to fill up this gap. So you may want to wait to see if you fill up for you to find an entry for Benji. Okay, so please pay attention and always work on your strategy. So please do as much as possible to follow your strategy and make more money. Thank you.